You're listening to the Outer Banks This Week podcast, a place for people to hear what's going on up and down the beach and to get the truth about what really goes on around the Outer Banks. So, are you ready? Here we go.
All right, thank you so very much, Wes. Outer Banks This Week podcast, episode number 70. We are 70 episodes into this podcast. Wow. Seems like yesterday we were doing episode 1, but episode 70, all brought to you by Kelly's Automotive in Manteo. If it has doors, it can be yours. Shed doors. You can have some shed doors. No. They have sheds. They have cars. Lots of cars to choose from. You can go online to kellysobxauto.com to see all the vehicles in their entirety. I know my wife is constantly looking at them, and she's letting me know what cars are going on the lot, coming off the lot, cars that she would like to have, that type of thing. But that's just the way it is. Kelly always has great vehicles. And again, if you're in the market for a shed, I have one of his sheds. I also have one of his cars. He can get you all hooked up. Check him out online at kellysobxauto.com. Oh, my goodness. You know, I keep thinking things are going to maybe sort of slow down for me, but they really haven't. Today, let me just kind of throw this out there. Today is, for me, is Bring Your Child to Work Day. Austin is in here with me. You say hey to everybody.
Hi.
All right. Yeah, he's here with me. He may pop on and off the microphone a little bit. Normally he is elsewhere doing other things, having more fun, but didn't have much of a choice today. I had to bring him to work with me. So Austin, you good?
Uh-huh.
How's your day going so far?
Good.
So Austin's here. And let me tell you something. We were able, I just want to shout out to H2OBX real quick. I know it's not my shout out section, but we did a little video there for them last week, and our entire work crew went, had a great time, took the kids. That was a lot of fun. Something that I learned, I was talking to Miss Wendy last week at H2OBX, and if there is a high rip current risk, or they got the red flags out, they actually have a discounted price for their daily admission on those days. It's some partnership that they have with the Don't Let the Rip Ruin Your Trip or something. I can't remember exactly what it is. It's the Beach Safety Alliance or something. I don't remember the name of it, but they actually will give you a discounted rate to the park on days where there's a high rip current risk. So that's something I felt like everybody needed to know. Pretty cool little thing for people that want to enjoy the water. Yeah, you still got to pay to get into the park, but you don't have to pay full price on days when there's a high rip current. So that's something to keep in mind. My Lord, we're not even in July yet, and we've had some astronomical temperatures. It has gotten really warm really quickly. I know that we've had heat indices over 100 degrees so far. Austin, has it been hot to you?
Yes.
Yeah, have you been sweating?
Yes, especially yesterday and on Monday.
On Monday?
Because we were in Williamston for a baseball tournament, and it was...
And Sunday.
Yeah,
so like Austin was just saying, we traveled out to Williamston, North Carolina, which is about from my house, it's like an hour and a half, maybe, give or take a few minutes. And we had a baseball tournament. Our guys are doing great. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But it was hot. The temperatures have been really warm. We did finally get some rain. We had been in like drought conditions. Like if I was to mow my grass right now at home, it'd be like baling hay. Okay, because it's just been so dry, been so stinking dry. We needed the rain. Praise the Lord, we got some finally. That we're very thankful for. Coming up on this episode of the podcast, though, got a very, very special guest. He's going to be calling in. His name, you may have heard of him. He is the 2022 nominee from iHeartRadio Music. The Best New Country Artist 2022 nominee. He was the 2021 nominee from the CMT Music Awards with Breakthrough Video of the Year. I can't remember his name. Austin, do you remember his name?
His name is Niko Moon.
Niko Moon? Is that who my guest is this week on the podcast?
Yes.
Shut the front door. Niko Moon?
Uh-huh.
Can you say it one more time with some enthusiasm?
Niko Moon!
There you go. Yeah, Niko Moon's going to be joining me on the podcast. We're going to talk music. We're going to talk events. We're going to talk how he got into the music industry. I was reading a little bit more on him, and I've got some interesting questions for him. So when he gets on the show, he's going to be phoning in. We're going to talk to him about some different things. That's really exciting. Very thankful to Aaron over at VusicOBX for helping us get that one lined up. And there's more interviews to come that I'm going to be having with, 311. You ever heard of them? Yeah. We're going to have them on as well. Very excited about that. Very excited to have Niko Moon on the show with us today. I was looking at the news. There's really not anything newsworthy that I can think of. The only thing that jumps out at me is I know that Wavy TV 10 out of Hampton Roads, Virginia, they were showing that there were these AI-generated fake photos floating around the Outer Banks. Now, I may have bought into one of them last week when I was talking about the orcas that were jumping off of the point in Hatteras. I don't know that I don't know if those were real or fake, though. Now, those photos might have very well been real, but I'm not sure if they were taken here. Now, there was one of like a pink albino dolphin or something. I don't know, a pink dolphin jumping through the waves, and then one that had washed up on the beach, totally fake. But that was the only thing I could think of newsworthy were those orcas that were jumping around off the point in Buxton down on Hatteras Island. Was that real? Did that actually happen? I'm going to have to go down there and do some of my own investigating. I know the folks down at Red Drum Tackle, they will tell me whether it was real or not real. Okay? But for all other news, you're going to want to go to SamWalkerOBXNews.com. My man Sam Walker, he is the answer when it comes to news here on the Outer Banks. You have questions about news on the Outer Banks? He has the answers. SamWalkerOBXNews.com. I want to thank Chris and Ashley from McGrath's Burger Shack in Nags Head, right there about milepost 14-ish. Went in there, ate dinner last week, did the podcast from there. And man, I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a great spot to grab a bite to eat, great atmosphere, great people, just an all-around fun place, you need to check out McGrath's Burger Shack in Nags Head. I can't thank Chris and Ashley enough for allowing us to come in there and do that podcast there. I was supposed to be at Stripers. I'm going to reschedule that one with MJ in the near future, but I thank them so much for allowing us to go in there and do that. So if you get a chance to go to McGrath's in Nags Head, please do so. Oh my gosh, Captain Marty. Captain Marty this week is at the Hatteras Marlin Club for the Hatteras Marlin Club Invitational Tournament. It is a catch and release tournament. There's no fish, no billfish will be killed in this tournament. Captain Marty's down there this week. His fishing guide is out. All of his fishing reports are online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. You see the Captain Marty tab. You click on that, and you can listen to the Captain Marty fishing reports. Very thankful to have Captain Marty here. He's been a great asset, a tremendous addition to the Outer Banks This Week family. We're very, very thankful to have him and very blessed to have him. And Marty, dear friend of mine, love him very much, and I'm very thankful for him. So if you get a chance to listen to his fishing reports, check him out at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. He's got his own channel on all of your major podcast platforms. And check out his fishing guide up and down the beach from Corolla to Ocracoke. All your piers, all your tackle shops have the the Captain Marty fishing guide. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to jump into some shout-outs here in just a few moments. But, hey, if you are looking for somewhere else to grab a nice bite to eat, there's a place at the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. The Oregon Inlet Fishing Center, yeah, they got a brand-new, beautiful building there at the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen. Yes, my man Mac down there chefing it up with his daddy Jeff at the Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen.
Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen is the new restaurant at the world-renowned Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. Chef and owner Mac Boobin, alongside his father Jeff, a James Beard Award winner, had a vision of blending a traditional fish shack with modern culinary influences in a casual setting. With a menu that features the bounty of local watermen, Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen offers hand-selected fresh seafood and more. Enjoy dockside dining on their deck, watching the boats as they come and go with their daily catches, or book an event in the private upstairs room or in your own home. Visit them online at SeaChefOuterBanks.com. Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen, the newest addition to the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center.
Yes, go check them out down at the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center, the Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen. Great food, great atmosphere, overlooking it's all out there. You can overlook all the boats and everything that are coming into Oregon Inlet Fishing Center, or they're offloading their catches. You can sit there and eat. You can have yourself a nice little beverage. Lots of great things you can do down there while dining at the Sea Chef That is a mouthful. Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen. All right, we're going to jump into some shout outs real quick. And again, if you are a listener of the podcast, please email me. podcast@outerbanksthisweek.com. podcast@outerbanksthisweek.com. And I will gladly include you on my shout out list. Like Mr. Christopher Hammond. I'm hoping I'm saying your name right, Mr. Christopher. They're from Buffalo, New York. Says his family, parents and brother's family, all their kids, they're going to be coming down here the 23rd through the 29th. So they're here right now. Okay. Going to try to get his first fish from the beach this year. He said he's a big-time bass fisherman. He's been listening to the podcast for over a year now. Been down here the past 3 years. He loves listening. Makes him feel like he's still here. Mr. Christopher, thank you for being a listener to the podcast. Thank you for emailing in. I hope you catch that big fish you're looking for. Seriously, so glad you're here. Thank you for being a listener of the podcast. Thank you for listening. Can't thank you enough. Thank you. I think I said thank you probably 10 times there. Did you count how many times I said thank you, Austin?
No.
You didn't? Was it a lot, though?
I kind of, maybe it was 5.
5 times?
Maybe.
Okay. Now, give or take a thank you or two?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, I want to, again, thank him for emailing in and listening to the podcast, and I really hope you caught that fish that you were looking for. And if you did and you got some pictures, send them to me. I'll put them on our social media. Would love to do that for you. My next shout out is going to go to the Dare County Baseball League, and the Dare, more specifically the 10U, because that's the team I'm helping coach. Austin's a part of that team. He is. What are you doing? Are you the bat boy?
I'm the bat boy, yes.
You're the bat boy for the team. We've been playing a tournament in Williamston, and at the recording of this podcast, we are in the semifinals of the Williamston Invitational Tournament, as is our 8U Dare County All-Star team. I think our 12U is, I think they fell into the losers bracket, but they're going to battle back. I have confidence that they're going to battle back.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can keep this momentum rolling. We're playing well as a team. A couple little mental errors that are, that has cost us a few runs, but it's not cost us so many runs that we haven't been able to go back and put runs on the board. Our bats have been on fire. Holy smokes. I'm not even kidding. These kids are just straight up pounding the baseball. I was just so impressed with how they played the other day. We beat Jamesville 14-4, and their bats, 19 hits, Austin. We had 19 hits. You were busy.
Yes.
You were very busy running and getting the bats and bringing them back to the dugout.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was sweating.
You were sweating. You were tired. It's been hot out there, too, like we were talking about. But our guys have risen to the challenge. They have persevered, and they are ready to keep going. And I can't be more proud of these guys. Hopefully they'll keep playing hard and keep getting out there on the field and making the plays. We've got some fantastic players on that team, don't we, Austin?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Hopefully they will continue to play hard. So those are my shout-outs for the week. Oh, gosh. You know what we got to do now, Austin? You know what we got to do now?
What?
We got to check in with my boy and your boy. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Talking about your boy, Matty P.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Matty P, back with another edition of OBX After Dark, brought to you by Outer Banks This Week. Let me tell y'all where I was at this weekend. Your boy went down to historic, legendary, a little bit rowdy, Avalon Pier. And the reason I went down to Avalon Pier was because not only is it a good time for the friends and family, but my friends and one of my favorite bands on the beach, Hot Sauce, was playing, yo. Now, Hot Sauce always brings a good crowd, and they pack out the place. I got there, man, saw a bunch of good friends that I grew up with down here on the Outer Banks. You know, had some brewskis, had a good time. Avalon is a very interesting place. If you grew up down here, if you're from around here, you know that Avalon always has some interesting people walking around. And honestly, man, it's right there on the beach. They got a cool little bar area. You know, you can get some food if you want. You know, but like I said, it's right there on the beach. So you know what that means. You got a bunch of honeys walking around. And that brings me to this, the BPL. Look, Hot Sauce isn't a BPL kind of band. They play classic rock and some, you know, it's all good. But the BPL at Avalon Pier was surprisingly high, and I'm going to give you a rating here. It's going to be a 7.6. The BPL at Avalon this week was 7.6. we had a great time, and looking forward to the next time I see those guys play. But yeah, that's been another edition of OBX After Dark with your boy, Matty P.
The desire for being on the water is what draws people to the Outer Banks. OBX Boat Company in Kill Devil Hills shares that desire with you. The only full-service, Yamaha-authorized dealer on the beach, OBX Boat Company is committed to providing you the best possible boat ownership experience. Their carefully selected brands of center consoles and family-friendly pontoon boats are all powered by ultra-reliable Yamaha motors. They offer excellent financing options as well. To learn more and see their inventory, visit obxboatco.com.
What could possibly be more fun than watching a bottlenose dolphin swim and play in the water right beside you? Hop aboard Harbor Star Dolphin Tours at Juan Cheese Marina and witness this remarkable animal up close. The Harbor Star is a spacious 50-foot vessel with a wide, shady canopy that runs 2-hour trips multiple times a day, including a breathtaking sunset cruise. To book your tour, go online to juancheesemarina.com and click Harbor Star Dolphin Tours. See the majestic bottlenose dolphin up close with Harbor Star Dolphin Tours.
All right, Harbor Star Dolphin Tours out of Juan Cheese Marina. Thank you, Matty P, for that update coming from Avalon Pier, talking about the BPL. That boy, Matty P. What can we do for him? What can we do with him, I guess I should say. Can't do nothing with that guy. Coming up right directly, that interview that we've all been waiting for with the 2022 nominee from iHeartRadio Music, the Best New Country Artist, and the 2021 nominee, CMT Music Award Breakthrough Video of the Year, Mr. Niko Moon. Outer Banks This Week podcast. Good morning.
Hey, Niko Moon. How you doing?
Oh, Niko Moon. Hey, man, I'm good. How are you?
Man, doing great, brother. I'm out here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A little off day, enjoying myself before I make my way out to OBX to go on vacation while at the show. I can't wait.
Can't wait, man. Dang, that is we can't wait to have you. So I just kind of little intro you real quick for the podcast. You are the 2021 CMT Music Award nominee for Breakthrough Music Video of the Year with Good Time, and iHeartRadio's 2022 nominee for Best New Country Artist, Mr. Niko Moon. Yes, thank you for calling in today. Glad to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So I kind of want to start from the beginning. I was reading over you. I've been doing a lot of studying. I feel like I know you better than you probably know you right now. I don't know, but
I doubt it, man. I can't even keep remembering where my keys are. So pretty good.
Well, let's start from the beginning. Now, you were born in Tyler, Texas, on September 20th, 1982. I got your real name right here. Can I say your real name?
Go for it.
Yeah, Nicholas. Is it Cohen? Cohen? How do you say that?
Cowan. So Nicholas Cowan was my name. I legally my name over to Niko Moon about 10 years ago.
Okay, that was your given name, and then you changed it recently. Okay, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. Now,
man, well, probably about 10 years ago. It's been a while now. She could have been a fly on the wall because in my little country courthouse in my hometown down in Georgia, we don't really do that often. So, funny day at the courthouse. I got some weird looks, but that's what you don't do, man. You just go with what's right.
That's okay, man. I love it. Now, I was reading it. It says that your mama was a waitress and a singer, and your daddy was a drummer and a truck driver. Now, that's one heck of a combination. Now, to me, it sounds like music and strong work ethic were instilled in you at a young age. Is that accurate?
I grew up in a middle home. My mom and dad played music, so yeah, man. Music was always pretty much the center of life. It was always playing, regardless of what we were doing, whether we were in the kitchen or sneaking out. And so, really grateful that it instilled that love and curiosity and passion for music, and nurtured it as long as I was a kid. Finding my way through the music thing.
That is awesome. Now you moved over to Douglasville, Georgia at age 10. Now, how different was it moving from Texas to Georgia?
They're both I consider them both the South, but it definitely is its own. It's they're two completely different types of cultures, I guess you would say. And I'm grateful for it, man. It's There's something to the dirt, Texas life that's really beautiful. Growing up, you're about 45 minutes outside Atlanta. I was exposed to like Travis Tritt and Jackson, who were pulling up and were lived the area that I was living. Also, all of the amazing music cast and T.I. and all that stuff that went out of Atlanta at the time. And for me, it's kind of in this small town about 45 minutes outside the city, and that combination of country music and the drum and bass really connected with hip hop music. It kind of felt like my little heart. Same time to make my own music, I just want to make it that is honest, authentic, so like who I am as I can. So my music sounds the way it does.
That's pretty rad. I was telling somebody the other day, and they were asking about your style of music. I was like, you haven't heard Niko Moon's music? I was like, to me, this is how I kind of described your music. I said, it's me, a good handful of my buddies, not having a big old raging party, but just sitting on the porch, having a mixed drink, and jamming out to you and as part of the entertainment for the evening. It's just a chill night, nothing like a crazy rager, nothing crazy going on, just kind of a good time, for lack of better terms.
And my man, that's exactly what I would hope to have my live in, is environments just like that, man, because to me, those types of moments in life can be some of the most meaningful. It has nothing to do with money or anything like that. It's just spending time with the people that care about and that care about you and hanging out, And I want to make music that facilitates those sorts of moments for people that they can make memories to, and hopefully maybe one of my songs can sneak into the memory as well.
That's awesome. Now, you said, Douglasville, Georgia is about you say 45 minutes from Atlanta. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I got to know something. I'm a huge Atlanta Braves fan. Okay.
Oh, let's go.
Okay, that's what I want to know. It's like, is my dude a Braves fan? I got to know because you were there, and I'm not trying to go off in left field on a sports topic, but you were there for the team of the 90s, and I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, man. I grew up as a kid when Greg Mack and John Smoltz and oh my God, just all those guys on the team back then went from that worst to first and to the World Series. I was a kid at that time, so I love baseball. I love sports in general. I ran track in college. I'm very much interested in health and wellness and getting out there and be sure I'm staying active. So I love me some Falcons. I'm really a Georgia sports fan all the way through. I could say Hawks, all of it.
That's beautiful. I saw that. I went out and looked. I was like, Douglasville, where is that? And I kind of did a little Google Maps search, and it was like 30, 45 minutes or so from Atlanta. And I was like, I'd spend a lot of time in Atlanta. I go to a lot of Braves games, and I was actually stationed at Fort Hood, Texas when I was in the Army back in the day. So I was like, I've been in Texas. I've been in Georgia. I haven't walked in my man's shoes, but I've been in both states. So I can kind of maybe talk a little bit with him about some of these different places. But here's something.
That's a really good point you just make, man, because as an artist, I travel, get the opportunity to travel across the country and dig into all the little beautiful nooks and crannies that our country has to offer. And it really is, when you go to a place and you kind of how they're living, it gives a little bit of a new insight on how other people are doing out there. And for me, that's a valuable thing. It's one of the things I'm most grateful about with being a music artist, getting to get this kind of kaleidoscope of these different variations of the American life. You know what I'm saying? There's so much diversity in our country, and it's such a beautiful place.
Amen. You're right. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some traveling in just a few moments, but I wanted to say this. I read an article the other day, and I cannot remember where I read this, but it was about you rocking some Jinko jeans with basketball jerseys and playing hacky sack. Dude, that's like classic 90s. I love it. Was that like your style back in the day?
Yeah, man. I would say like 7th grade. That sounds about me. That sounds about right. I probably had long hair, and I've always listened to all kinds of music. So when I was a kid, I wasn't like I was just listening to country music. I listened to hip hop. I listened to rock. I loved alternative music as a kid. So, I was listening to Nirvana and Offspring and that stuff, man. To me, there's only kinds of music, man. Good music and or not. I wouldn't say that. There's kinds of music, and these are the two. Here it is. The kind of music I like, and the music I don't. And that's it.
Right.
It's subjective with that, right?
Yeah,
so if I connect with something, I don't know what genre it is, man. I like it. I like it.
Come on with it. I get with you. So, you're talking about all these different genres that you used to listen to. Now, who are some of your major influences, past and present? Who are some of your major influences in the music world?
Well, growing up as a kid, what parents were playing in the house was always an influence. So they were always like more music, kind of like Eagles and John Prine and like singer-songwriters, Emily, stuff like that. So I think that's probably why I have such a deep for the art of songwriting, and what at the end of the day is probably my part of it all is the making of a song. I'm building a song up from the ground up. It's much fun to do. And I think that's probably because those songwriters were really my first foray in music. But then as I got older, started picking out my own kinds of music. Yeah, I was, like I said, I was listening to Jackson, Travis Tritt, Garth, like those huge stars. But at the same time, I was listening to all kinds of music, man. Everything, man. I just love music. I'm still that way. I just, me as a person, though, I am as far as the music I make and my style of music, but that has no effect on me as far as like the music I listen to. I just like listening to it all. And if it makes me feel something, I'm going for. I just want to feel something.
Right on. You're speaking to me right now, because I remember I was kind of the same way back in the 90s. You and I are only a couple years apart in age, and I remember back in the 90s, I was a big country. That's all it was in my mama's car was country music, and then all of a sudden I heard Green Day for the first time, and I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "I like this."
Yeah, I'll never forget the first time I heard Green Day too, man. It was so weird, and I actually remember liking it because it was so different. And then after a couple of times of hearing, hey, this is actually kind of all right. It was just. It was so foreign ears,
Right. Oh yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
But they're so great, and I'm glad I gave them a chance. And now it's like, now I appreciate a whole nother topic that maybe if I had it closed my mind to it, I wouldn't have ever listened to or something.
That's right, man. I love how open you are to all types of music and how they all kind of shaped and molded you in some way, shape, or form. I was reading this the other day. It was on. I got to give credit to the website barefootcountrymusicfest.com. That you turned your laundry room into a vocal booth to work on your music. Now, your mom and dad let you get away with that? I think that's pretty awesome. Tell me about it.
No, man. I wish I knew how to record back then. But back then, when I was a kid, man, I was just playing guitar and just, writing little songs about it. I had crushes on in school or something, I didn't learn how to produce. I didn't learn how to actually produce music until many years later. Really I would say my early pieces when I really started teaching myself. And I got myself on YouTube, man. It's amazing what is available out there in the net for someone that's just really curious about a subject matter. You ain't got to go to college for it or anything, man. I spent years and years learning how to produce online. Eventually got to the point where I was able to do it for a living, So,
well, let's
encouragement to anybody who wants to learn something. You might need to go to college for it. You don't got to just get online and learn it.
Get online and learn it. There you go. I love the self-taught. I love the self-taughtness there. It's not like you took musical theater at Stanford University or anything crazy like that. You taught yourself. That's great. And you had a little bit of help from online sources, but you were diligent enough and your work ethic that you learned from your mom and daddy, I can tell, is what kind of drove you through. Now, I want to talk about this first gig. It says you were in Atlanta. It was $200 a night to mix some of your original music in with some cover songs. Now, to me, it almost sounds like this was the beginning of that musical rocket ship about to hit the ignition switch. You want to tell me about how maybe this got you to where, started on this journey to where you are now?
Man, there was a lot more. My first show, man, that was my first 7 years of playing music, man. So when I first started out playing for people or playing out in front of people, I started out just going to open mic night stuff,
Okay.
And getting up and singing songs. And I was so nervous and look at people. I just had my head down because it's just so, you're just nervous when you first start. But over time, I got the concept. I ended up meeting a guy who did smaller bars and restaurants around town and everything. Started getting me playing places for $150 a night and free beer, And I did that for 6 or 7 years, really. Every night I would work construction. I was an electrical electrician, commercial electrician. So I would do that during the day. And then at night I would gig around town. And for years and years. And then eventually was very fortunate to be, playing in a honky tonk in Georgia. And Zach Brown was in there. And he was in the back of the room, and he watched me play. He listened to me, and that completely changed my life. I'm really grateful for those 7 years of grinding to the grindstone there on bar gigs, because that was the time that I needed to really refine myself and build up my chops and really get myself at the place where I was ready to take on an opportunity like Zach Brown hearing me and saying, "Hey, man, that's pretty good," So that's kind of was the start for me of my kind of trajectory of things.
That is so cool. So, you meet Zach Brown, y'all begin writing some music and starting things off. Now, you've written a lot of songs. Any noteworthy artists you've written some songs for?
Well, Brown Band, Morgan Wallen, Dirk Smith, Rascal Flatts. It's been a fun ride getting to write for other artists, man. It's fun. Kind of, I think of it as a game that I like to play, where I sit down with somebody who's crazy talented, and they got so many about them that are just really special, but there's typically like one or two things that are special that it makes them uniquely special to them, and no one really has, and that's the thing that makes them the artists that they are. And I just try to keep on getting down to the root of what that thing is, and how do I shine a light on that thing as much as possible so that everybody sees how unique this individual is, and that can kind of be a bit of a fine game, but I love it, man.
Well, I tell you that one of the songs that jumped out at me was Homegrown from the Zach Brown Band that you wrote. And I'm a big college football guy. So like when I'm watching College Game Day, that seems to be a song that they play a lot on College Game Day. And it's an all around like great song. And I can hear, like, after listening to a good handful of your music, I can hear your tones in it. I can hear you coming out of the song, when I sit back and really think about it. So like, yeah, it's, you can hear it. You can just hear it. You can totally hear it.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I wrote that one about my hometown, and I was having this thought one day. I'm like, man, people pass by here, and it's just another town. There's nothing really special about it. There's a Shell station. There's a whatever.
Right.
There's like the AutoZone. There's the typical things that like town has or whatever, It was like, but why do I personally feel such affinity for this place? Why do I love this place so much? Because it's pretty basic, And when I got thinking, it's because of all the people that are here and all of the experience I've had in this place that are attached to it, that gives me this nostalgia. When I look at like that little open field over there, people would just see a field, but I'm out where I had my first date with my girlfriend or something.
Right.
Something
yes.
like that, so there's like attachments to this place that are deeply special to me, and I just want to write a song that would like sum that up, so that people think of Douglasville, they would think about their home, where they came from, and how much love they got for that,
Dude, yes, everything you're talking about right there. I mean, like I said, that song "Homegrown" is one of my favorites, and I think about like where I grew up, because I grew up here on the Outer Banks, and like, yeah, there's certain little spots that may not mean a whole lot to some people, but like that spot was special to me back in the day for one reason or another. To some people, it's like you said, like that's just another field, but for you, it could have been where you had your first date, That's pretty rad.
Exactly.
I want to talk about some of the music you've got now that you're recording. So, of course, like, Good Time, man, that got super hot, super quick. Great song. Over 81 million views on that video on YouTube and counting, man. So, like, what was the inspiration behind that song? Just trying to have a good time? Because I remember when I first heard it, I thought it was going to be kind of a twist on Alan Jackson's Good Time. But then I was like, nah, I'm just trying to have a good time, even if it, sorry, I'm not going to sing, but talk to me about Good Time. Let's hear about that one. Tell me about that song a little bit. What was that? What was that like?
That's the first song I ever put out, man, 4 years ago. And I put that one out first because for me, it really sums up what I'm really trying to do with my music, man. So at the end of the day, what I'm doing, I just love people. I love connecting with people, and I'm doing it through music. It's the way I found to connect with folks. And that song is one that I think, kind of like we were talking about earlier, where you need much and to really enjoy yourself. Just those people that you care about, spending time doing nothing, like sitting around a fire pit and out on the water or whatever like that. So that song to me really sums up that the simple things in life are the valuable things. And so I'm so grateful that people connected with that mentality. It let me know that optimism is alive out there in the world. And so every night singing that song, celebrating that sort of thought with everyone is something I'm really grateful for, because as an artist, we just cross our fingers and hope that we can write something that resonates out there in the world to a degree that you can have a life performing music. And so for me to get the opportunity now to be able to, the song has gone so crazy that it's given me an entire life in music. And so every night I sing it with like the most love in my heart possible. Nothing more beautiful than hearing everybody out there talking about a good time. That's what life's all about.
Amen. I know that's right. Now, I was listening to your song the other day, Paradise to Me. It's another great one. That one's a good one, in my opinion, for here on the Outer Banks. I was watching the music video. It looked like you were on like a pontoon boat, maybe having a good time, for lack of better terms again. That's another great one for the Outer Banks. Tell me about Paradise to Me.
Yeah, I'm a lake guy, man. I find my peace of mind out on the water. You get me and my wife and my daughter and my dog out on a pontoon boat, slow rolling. I'm good, man. And so, again, just wanted to facilitate that sort of mentality of not letting the stresses of life, distract us from the beauty of it, And so I love getting out on the water so much, man. I'm a lake guy. I live not far away from the lake, and so I get out on as much as I possibly can. There's so many our fan base with good timers, and so there's so many good timers out there who are bumping the music on the water, out on the lake. That I wanted to make sure that we had some music that was directly about, and that's why my new single too, These Are the Days, that's going to come out here in just a few days, is also all about being out on the lake,
Okay, I was going to ask you about that song. I was about to ask you, what's this song? I was trying to get Mr. Quentin there that I've been talking with to maybe send me a sound bite so I could maybe get a little sneak peek or a little preview, and I couldn't quite get it.
Oh, yeah, well, if you go on social media anywhere, we've been teasing the song for a couple of weeks, TikTok, Instagram, wherever. There's little clips of it. That's the next single to drop. It's unreleased right now, but it's all getting out there on the water, celebrating life.
Very nice. Well, I believe it's scheduled to drop tomorrow, June 27th. So will that be one that you perform when you come here to Festival Park on Sunday, June 30th?
Yeah, man. Yeah. We just started performing it live last week, man. I'm having so much fun. So it'll be one of our first playing it live at OBX.
Very nice. That's going to be awesome. I very much looking forward to that. Let me ask you this real quick. Now, you just did a little remix of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band song Fishing in the Dark. Listen to it. Love the remix. Now, my question, though, is has anyone ever given you any flack for remixing what some folks would consider a hit all its own?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I remixed it, because did my rendition of it. It's because it is a classic, and it's a song that inspired me to want to become an artist. That's something that's really important to me, is to tip my hat to the artists I'm standing on the shoulders of, that have given me the encouragement and the inspiration to want to be an artist myself. So on every album, I pick one song to do my own version of, the tip of the hat to them. Very nice. So on my first album, it was Travis, Great Day to Be Alive. And on my second album, the one song album is Fishing in the Dark by Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. And I got so many great memories about that song growing up as a kid. And you're right, it is a classic. That what I wanted to do is put my own, kind of spin on it, that 2024 spin on it, and tip the hat to an artist and a song that brought so much enjoyment into my life and to so many other people there. And I'm really grateful with how much love the song is getting, man. It's like every night just screaming it, and it's doing its thing.
That's beautiful.
Thank you for the love, everybody.
That's beautiful. That's very beautiful. I love the way you put that. You're tipping your hat to somebody that was a song that was very special to you growing up. So putting your own little twist on it and kind of just giving them, like you said, that tip of the cap.
Well, they're on their farewell tour right now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of people, especially in the younger generations, that are just coming up that may not know who the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band is, and so for me, it was also an opportunity to expose the song to maybe a new generation.
I love it.
Who might not be aware of it.
I love that. I love that so much. I'll tell you just a real quick story. I went to see Scotty McCreery one time, and he broke into a melody of Garth Brooks. And everybody, like all these little teeny boppers were around me singing all of his songs. But then when he broke into Garth Brooks, I started singing and nobody else was.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I love that you're introducing that like that. That is really, really cool. Any future projects, any songs that you're working on right now you want to maybe give us a little intel on?
Man, right now it's all about These Are the Days and the forthcoming EP that it's going to be a part of. It's going to be a whole collection of songs that are all about the lake. So I'm full on in lake season right now, man. I'm so excited about it.
I can tell, man. I just don't know when you're going to get a chance to enjoy the lake because I'm looking at your tour dates and dude, you are busy. Now let me see if I got this right. You're going to leave the Outer Banks. You're going to go to Louisiana, to Texas, out to California. Then you're coming back to North Carolina all within like a few weeks. Now that's you're not going to get much of a break between your tour dates either. Now, how taxing can the tour be for you?
It's a lot of traveling for sure. I play probably about 100 shows a year. It's probably we're anywhere from like 90 to 110. So we're usually on the road about 150 to 160 days a year. But I love it, man. I got traveling bone in me, and there's nothing more fun than getting to go all around, meet new people, see places. But it is a beautiful thing in country music, at least. Other genres don't do it this way, but in country music, we usually tour about 3 or 4 days, and then show, and then we'll go for about 3 or 4 days, and then we're back out for 3 or 4 days, 3 or 4 shows, and that offers us the ability to have,
right.
somewhat, you could say like normal life. You know what I mean? Especially with family stuff. Family's so important to me, and sometimes on in other genres, you might go on tour for 2 or 3 months at a time, and home for 2 or 3 months. And for me, that wouldn't really work for me, So I'm really glad that I love the way that I tour. I'll put it like that. We play a lot of shows, man, but I'm also able to, have my family time too, man, which is so important.
Well, let's talk family real quick. So you got to your wife's name's Anna, and you'll have a daughter named Lily Ann.
She's almost 2 years old, and
almost 2. Wow, that's a fun age, man. It's getting to. She's talking yet? Is she singing yet? What do we got?
Oh yeah, she's doing her little singing. She's doing her little talking. I mean, it's all toddler talk, but it's fun, man. She's walking around. I'm having a blast, man. I don't think I've ever had fun doing anything to being a dad.
Dude, second that right there, 100%. I got a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old at home, so
nice,
loving it, man. Loving the dad life. Now, your wife, I was reading about her. She has actually helped you write some of the songs. Is she a singer too?
Yeah, so she's my co-writer and a singer. Got a way better voice than I do. And so it's a family thing. We do everything together. We wrote Good Time together. We write a lot of my music together. And she helps me with my social. She helps with everything, the merch. Really us two together doing this. So when people are supporting us, they know they're supporting a family operation.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I think people need to understand that, when they're supporting you, they're supporting family. I mean, especially in your world, it is a family operation with your wife being involved, and then trying to help put food on the plate for Miss Lily Ann. That's a very important piece of the puzzle there.
Yeah.
You said you got a dog. What's your dog's name? What kind of dog you got?
We got a little Brit, man. Her name's Steva. She's 12 years old. And she's a little grandma now, so she's a little slow on her walking, man, but she's amazing. We adopted her about 10 years ago, and she's just been the best dog.
So she's a rescue?
She's a rescue, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so sweet. I remember when I went to the pound in Atlanta, and in Atlanta, dog fighting really big.
Oh,
a really
yeah.
big thing. And so we wanted to rescue one of those dogs. So we went there, and there's hundreds of them there. And we asked the lady, we said, hey, you know all these dogs. You're here every day. So which one is the sweetest, chillest, kindest one? And she was like, follow me. I got you. And we walked over, and there was this cage with 20 pit bulls in there. And most of them are just up on the fence. They're just like, get me out of here. And, but she was just kind of like over in the corner, just kind of balled up, just kind of trying to take a nap, just resting and looking around at everybody like they were acting crazy for being so wild and everything, so energetic. She's always been like that. She's like a good couch, just like a couch cuddler. You know what I mean?
Very nice. That is so cool. Very cool, man. Well, it sounds like you got a great family. I mean, very supportive and everything. Awesome dog. I mean, you got it. Just like the total package there. Shifting gears real quick.
Things are knocking on all cylinders, man. Sometimes I got to pinch myself.
Yeah.
But beyond grateful for the current state of life right now, man. And I'm just trying to do everything I can to put as much love and positivity and encouragement out there for everybody else, because I know life is not easy for all of us, right? We all are going to have moments of difficulty, and so for me, putting out that feel good vibe is an important thing to do.
Man, I do absolutely 100% agree with that. Could not disagree at all. Now, I want to bring it home a little bit here. Now, you've been to the Outer Banks before, okay? You came here last summer with Jake Owen and Cooper Greer, one of our local artists here. He's fantastic. Love Cooper Greer. And I was at that show, and man, it was a freaking blast. It rained its ass off right there in the beginning, but it seemed like it didn't seem to face anyone. We all had a ball. Now, were you able to get around and kind of see some of the Outer Banks? What was your favorite thing? What did you like best about the Outer Banks?
Man, for me, anytime I can get close to the water, man, I'm happy, man. I mean, for me, that's my piece, getting out on the boat. So that's what I'm hoping I can do when I come out this time, is get out on some water.
Okay. I think I might know one or two people that could make that happen for you. And I'm sure,
man.
I mean, you come to the right place. You want to get on the water, you've come to the right place, Cap. I promise you that. Do you have like a favorite type of seafood by chance?
Man, I guess I would maybe salmon, but man, I love seafood, man. But
Okay.
I'm not too picky when it comes to that stuff, man. I'll take down a trout. I'll take down some shrimp, some crab, some lobster, whatever.
Okay,
I'm not scared.
You're not scared. So if they cook it and put it on the plate, man, it's seafood. You're gonna take it down.
I'm here for it.
We got some great seafood here on the Outer Banks. One of our things we pride ourselves on having some of the best of, if not the best in the world. But I might be a little biased.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Yeah, I don't doubt it, man. I can't wait, man. I'm really excited to come out there. I can't wait to go on vacation with everybody at the show. Thank you so much for having me, man. I'm really pumped.
Absolutely. A couple more questions real quick, man. Let's say that there was a pizza place out there that wanted to create the Niko Moon Pie. That's what I'm calling it, the Niko Moon Pie, in your honor. What would go on that pizza?
Man, I'm a meat guy myself, man. So we're gonna need some beef on there for sure.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna go. I'm trying to be healthy lately, so let's go with some like lean, like some like crumbled ground beef.
Okay.
We're gonna do some onions. I mean, obviously we're going like heavy on the cheese. I mean, it's a pizza, right?
That's right.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think if I had to like really go with something, I'm gonna probably go with like more of like a meat lovers type of pizza.
Okay. Maybe would it
just load me up with the meats, man.
Keep the onions on there too?
Yeah.
Nice. Now
Yeah,
you're
keep
speaking
the onions.
my
I'm
language.
not big on like the green peppers and things like that, and I'm definitely not like a pineapple kind of guy. But just throw some meat on there, man. Meat and cheese, and I'm good with it. That's my kind of pizza.
So there you go. Now you need to go and patent this now. The Niko Moon Pie. There you go. That's your pizza, baby. That's your pizza. All right, real quick. Now, it's no secret, and I ain't been checking you out or nothing, but it's no secret that you're a good-looking dude, okay? I can say that. You're a good-looking guy. So, and you don't have to answer this question, but for all the ladies out there, is it boxers or briefs? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
I'm an in-betweener, man. I'm a boxer briefs.
Okay. I love it.
Just keeps you secure. I don't know. It works for me, man. I'm a boxer brief guy.
Okay. All right. That's for all the ladies out there. Now, real quick. I heard something about a line dance here in Manteo that you're going to be a part of. Do you know anything about that? You know what's going on there? Tell me about that.
Yeah, we're breaking the Guinness Book of World Records for the most people line dancing and fishing in the dark.
we're getting so much love on the song. We came up with this idea to break the world record line dancing to it. So everybody listen, you want to come be a part of it, y'all? Come on out before the show. It's going to be great. We're going to break the world record. I'm gonna be out there two-stepping myself. Let's get it.
Well, do you know what's the current record? Do you know what the current record is right now?
Man, that's a great question. I have no idea.
I was trying to find it, and I couldn't find it either. And I was like, I bet Mr. Quentin or somebody with your group knows what that number is. I could not find it earlier. So whatever that number is, I'm sure it's going to show up today.
The OBX venues who came up with the idea and approached us with it. We were like, man, that's amazing. I love that. Let's do it. So they're spearheading it, and we're super excited to be a part of it and come out there and dance with everybody.
Excellent. Well, Mr. Niko Moon, hey, I thank you for giving me this little bit of time. You got anybody you want to shout out to? Any shout outs you want to do?
Man, I just want to give a shout out to all the good timers out here in OBX that's showing me love. Thank y'all so much for being on the same frequency and riding this wave of optimism with me, y'all. Can't wait to celebrate with y'all at OBX. Let's get it.
Hi, Mr. Niko Moon, going to be here with Michael Franti and Spearhead, part of the Togetherness Tour, June 30th at Festival Park in Manteo. Mr. Niko, hey, man, it's been a freaking slice of heaven talking to you today. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Right on, brother. Same, my man. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Take care now.
Take care.
All right, bye.
Teachers Lair Marina in Hatteras Village is the closest spot on the Outer Banks to the Gulf Stream. Just inside Hatteras Inlet, Teachers Lair is fully loaded with bait, tackle, ice, snacks, and drinks for your fun-filled day out on the water. Want to get rigged up to catch the big one? Lee and the gang in the tackle shop can outfit you to catch whatever is eager to get hooked. To see the marina, the tackle shop, or to book a charter, go online to teacheslair.com. Teachers Lair Marina in Hatteras Village. Your fishing venture awaits.
Ahoy there, folks. Captain Edward Lee here, and I want to invite you aboard the Miss Oregon Inlet 2. She's a modern 60-foot headboat outfitted with the latest top-quality safety and fishing equipment. And it ain't just about fishing. Keep your eyes peeled for dolphins, turtles, and all that beautiful Outer Banks scenery. Miss Oregon Inlet 2 is available for private charters, including bachelor and bachelorette parties, corporate retreats, and family reunions. So ditch the beach for a bit and set sail with the Miss Oregon Inlet 2.
All right, yes, the Miss Oregon Inlet 2 would love to take you on a sunset cruise, maybe do some fishing, and all those trips that they run out of the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. They'd love to have you. So go see Edward Lee and the gang and jump on the boat. Be a great time. We've done it before here at Outer Banks this week, and we encourage you to do the same thing. If you're looking for some fun on the water, a little break from the beach, go on a cruise with the Miss Oregon Inlet 2. All right, we're going to jump into some events, and again, be sure to go online to OuterBanksThisWeek.com. OuterBanksThisWeek.com has all of your events listed in the entirety. Everything I'm going to mention on this list can be found with all the details at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. The VusicOBX Concert Spotlight. We just got done talking to Mr. Niko Moon, but Michael Franti and Spearhead with Niko Moon and Bombargo, they're going to be part of this Togetherness Tour 2024. They're going to be there this coming Sunday, June 30th at Roanoke Island Festival Park. Now, gates are going to open at 5 o'clock. Show's going to start at 6. Tickets are $50. Kids under 8 are free. And a little foreshadowing down the line, coming up on July 13th, is Sozo and the Ultimate Led Zeppelin Experience with Funk Among Us. That's coming up on July 13th. More details to come on that. Lost Colony Outdoor Drama, it's begun its 86th season. You can get your tickets right now by going to thelostcolony.org. All the trivia nights and live music happening up and down the beach. Again, all of those different things. There's so much live music, so many different fun activities going on at places like Buffalo City Distillery, Stripers, New Vines, Sandtrap Tavern, Shipwrecks. There's so many great places to go for live music and entertainment. Fish Heads. Just go online to OuterBanksThisWeek.com and you'll see an assortment and an array of places to go to. Something that has come back is Mug Night is back. Yeah, DJ Styles is in the house at Jolly Rogers in Kill Devil Hills every Thursday night. You can bring your own mug, fill it up for $3 with their selected house beer. It's only it's $21. It's 21 and up, age 21 and up, starting at 9 o'clock. It's a $5 cover. And our boy, Matty P, will be in the house. Matty P loves Mug Night over at Jolly Rogers. So going out there, hang out with DJ Styles, party on down at the Jolly Rogers. They got the new edition. $5 cover, hang out with Maddie P, and bring your mug. Now, brunch, of course, taking place every day at Cafe Pamlico in Buxton from 8 to 1. They're doing yoga on the patio every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m., and they're doing the uncorked wine tastings on Mondays. Mondays is uncorked wine tasting. Austin, have you ever had wine?
No, because kids at my age aren't allowed to have it.
That's right. Good answer. Wow, you just made me very proud. Thank you. Thank you for that. Downtown Manteo Market's going on every Saturday from 9 to 1. The 65th Annual Blue Marlin Invitational Tournament at the Hatteras Marlin Club is going on right now. It's going on through Saturday, June 29th. Oh, here's something. I took my mother to see this last year. Jaws, the movie Jaws, is playing at the Pioneer Theater beginning on June 29th as well. Austin, do you want to go see Jaws?
Maybe.
It's about a shark that terrorizes Amity Island.
I've watched the movie, and I was 5 when I watched that.
How do you remember that you were 5 when you watched it? You're 9.
I have a good memory.
I know this. So I'm not going to doubt that you were 5 years old when you watched it. You want to watch it again?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so Jaws is playing at the Pioneer Theater beginning on June 29th. H2OBX is doing this ping pong plunge on Saturday and Sunday, June 29th and 30th, to help benefit the Albemarle United Way. There's more details online about that. You buy a ping pong ball and you race it down one of the slides, I guess, and whoever comes in first wins. I believe you get 2 season passes and $500, something like that. All the details are on our website at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Kind Cocktails, my man Holden is doing a summer kickoff party on Sunday, June 30th from 4 to 7 in downtown Manteo. Go to kindcocktails.com for more details and to get your tickets for it. The Independence Beer Mile is happening on Sunday, June 30th from 10 until noon. You can go online to theobxrunningcompany.com for more details on that. Tons of 4th of July celebrations are going to be happening around and on the 4th of July. Places like Currituck, Duck, Ocracoke, Hatteras Village, Avon, Manteo, Kildare Hills, Nags Head, all over. There's cornhole tournaments in Corolla, the Killer Dunes 2-miler and Fun Run at Jockey's Ridge, and so much more, so many different things. You can see our website for a complete rundown of all the events taking place on the 4th of July and the days surrounding the 4th. Manteo First Friday happening in downtown Manteo on Friday, July 5th. Check this out. The Daniel Jordan Band is going to be at the Brewing Station on July 5th starting at 10:30. Daniel Jordan Band out of Elizabeth City. They can rock the house. It has been proven. I've watched them rock the house many times. So you get a chance to go to the Brewing Station on July 5th, Friday, July 5th. They start at 10 o'clock. And looking down the road to Skim Jam. That's happening on July 26th through the 28th. That's a Friday through a Sunday at Jeanette's Pier from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Skim Jam, skimboard competition right there at Jeanette's Pier on the south side of Jeanette's Pier. Austin, do you know how to skimboard?
No.
Do you want to learn how to skimboard?
I just need to know what it is first. How do you do it?
You throw a flat, it's like a fiberglass piece of plywood that you throw down and you jump on it. And you slide on the water and try to do tricks and flips in the waves.
Probably I would not do that.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure. I just thought I'd ask. But Skim Jam, it's fun to watch, though. And there's some of those guys that do it. They're great. So we might go check that out. It's July 26th through the 28th. That's a Friday through a Sunday at Jeanette's Pier from 8 to 5 each day. Check out those events and more things that are going on between now and, heck, they've got that calendar filled up through August. I'm just trying to hit the ones in the near future so that way they don't go unforgotten. All right, we're going to wrap this thing up here in just a few moments. First, though, hey, Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance, Outland Seafood, great sponsors of the podcast. Thankful to have them. Let's get a word from them.
When it comes to general maintenance or major modifications on your diesel vehicle, look no further than Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance in Kill Devil Hills. Master mechanic Ryan Walker developed the plan for having his own auto shop over 20 years ago, and today he owns the premium diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks. To have him and his crew take a look under your hood, give him a call today at 252-715-0025 or find him on social media. Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance, the diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks. Real
That's the first word that comes to mind when I think about Outland Seafood in Mans Harbor. Yeah, they're the first and last place you see coming to and leaving the Outer Banks on Highway 64 in Dare County, but they're also real when it comes to fresh local seafood. Troy Outland, real. Curtis and Josh, real. The indoor crab shedders, real. Stop by and see for yourself right next to White Shopping Center and check them out on social media. Outland Seafood in Mans Harbor, real. Austin, did I forget anything?
No, not really. I don't think so.
You don't think I did? I don't think I did either. I appreciate Niko Moon being on the podcast this week, though.
Woo.
Super awesome to have him. Very cool guest, very cool guy. Seemed like a really, really super nice dude. He's going to rock the house. Don't forget, he's going to be here this coming Sunday, June 30th, as part of the Togetherness Tour with Michael Franti and a few others. It's not Franti. I keep wanting to do that. It's not Franti. Michael Franti. There we go. I keep wanting to make him French for one reason or another. So I appreciate Niko Moon being on the show. Next week, hey, Austin, guess where I get to be next week?
Where?
Owen's Restaurant from the Station Keepers Lounge for their jazz nights. Yeah, me. Late night. You'll be asleep in bed. Yeah, go ahead. Get a little pouty. That's just how it's going to be. I'm looking forward to that, hanging out with Rick and Erica at Owen's Restaurant from the Station Keepers Lounge for one of their jazz nights. That's going to be a lot of fun. Going to do the podcast from there. All right, that's going to do it for us. Austin, thanks for hanging out for a little bit on Bring Your Kid to Work Day.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to wrap this thing up. Episode number 70 of the podcast, all brought to you by Kelly's Automotive in Manteo. Visit them online at kellysobxauto.com. All right, Austin, as we like to say, in the words of the late, great Freestyle Bob, can you give me your best later? Later.
This has been another radical edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe, follow us on social media, and listen every Thursday for a new episode.